It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It is time for your February 2nd, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite was tonight. It was being held at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And man, what a main event did we get. Well, we got from CM Punk and MJF, which we will talk about. But of course, there was other matches, other segments that we got to talk about from this show. So first off, into the night, we got Jon Moxley taking on Willard Yuta. Now, originally, it was supposed to be Jon Moxley and the Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick recently was released from WWE. He got his release. He wanted it, and they granted him it. So Tony Khan's like, hey, come to AEW. But that match got removed, and Brian Kendrick is no longer with AEW due to some past comments made from Mr. Brian Kendrick. So because of that, Brian Kendrick was removed from this match, and he is no longer a part of AEW. So just as he comes in, he goes out. But hey, we get Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. These two go on to have what was a solid match for the most part. We see Danhausen and, of course, Orange Cassidy accompany Wheeler Yuta to the ring. But in the end, Jon Moxley hits the paradigm shift, and he gets the win there. But it was after the match, Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, comes out, and he's like, Moxley, I'm not here to fight you. I'm actually here to propose something with you. Let's be a team together. See, we can help these young guys because there's no reason that a millennial cowboy should be world champ. There's no reason that a dinosaur should be a champion. There's someone whose biggest contribution to creating a vlog should not be champion. Moxley, you and I, we can run this place. We can take and do whatever we want. We can take someone like Daniel Garcia. We can take someone like Will Yuta and train the future of professional wrestling. So Bryan Danielson cut in a really good promo here, just talking about like, dude, like, we can run this place. And, you know, Bryan's like, I don't expect an answer from you tonight. Think about it, sleep on it, and we'll get back to you. So let me know in the comment section what you think, potentially Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley teaming up against one another. Me personally, interesting. I'm gonna see how this. We're gonna see where this leads to, but this is AEW, so hopefully they make it right. But we'll have to see what happens. And Brandy Rose comes out. She comes out and immediately gets interrupted by Dan Lambert. And you know, Brandy's like, Ethan, look, the only reason why you got signed was for us to get closer to Josh Alexander, you know. But of course, as she's talking, she's getting booed. You know, let me just say here, Brandy, I feel like with Brandy, man, it's like she tries so hard, really. I'm just not really interested in this whole Brandy Rhodes, Cody, and Dan Lambert, like this whole feud, I'm not really into it, man. You know, Brandy, I think, just needs to go backstage, do what she needs to do backstage, because obviously the fans give two craps about her if they're booing the heels, when in reality they should be cheering her and booing the heels. So it is what it is. Anyways, Paige Van Zant comes out, so she and Brandy got to be pulled apart. But then again, really, the only person who needs to be pulled away is Brandy, because Brandy would have got beat to the brinks if Paige got her hands on her. But yeah, not really an interesting segment, and I really didn't care for this whatsoever. Next, we had a tag team match play with we had the House of Black, taking on Pac, who is back now. His eyes are good now. He can see. You can see him taking on him and Penta El Zero Miedo, again taking on House of Black. This is a pretty good tag team match. I thought it was worth. But of course, this time the Black spray, the mist goes into Penta from Black, and House of Black get the win there. So don't expect House of Black to lose anytime soon, because they're not. We got Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho. Pretty good match. Pretty good match between the both women. But in the end, man, Nyla hits the Beast Bomb on Ruby Soho, and Nyla Rose gets the win there. So good win for Nyla Rose there. We get an interview with Tony Schiavone and Hangman Page. He pretty much calls out like Lance Archer, like, Lance, get out here, man, like, get out here. And that's where Dan Lambert and Jake Roberts comes out. So really, there really is no point in bringing Dan Lambert out here when you now have Jake Roberts, the legendary Jake Roberts out here. But yeah, as Jake is telling Hangman to shut up and everything, Lance is like, boy, you and me, let's go. And they go at it. And Lance puts Hangman through the table, through the, where the announcers are. So not in the comments. You guys know. He puts him through the table. And yeah, we get Chris Jericho backstage. And let's just say he wants a full Inner Circle team meeting next week. So that should be really interesting there. Also, it is now time that we get into the main event, CM Punk versus MJF. My, oh my, what a match this was, playa. Like, seriously, this was easily, like, really, really great main event. I mean, when we're talking the selling, okay, like, you may not be the biggest fan of Punk, but you got to give Punk credit. He sold great tonight. And MJF. MJF did good tonight too, man. Tonight, this was just, this is great. And going into this, I was like, how are they going to do this for 45 minutes? Because the match started like, 9:20, somewhere around that. How are they going to be able to go out there for about 40 minutes? But MJF apparently wins at first because he chokes Punk out with the tape. But then the ref finally sees it. And so they restart the match, and then they really go at it, and it was all-around great match, man. Like, Punk and MJF went at it, first time ever, certainly lived it up, and Wardlow comes out, and he pretty much distracts the ref. MJF hits that a diamond ring and gets the win, man. Hands Punk his first loss, and I like this. I think that this is absolutely great. MJF is obviously the future. This is the way to get heel heat, by having MJF get that win in Chicago in front of Punk's family and friends. I feel like if CM Punk was to win this match, I felt like that it low-key would have hurt MJF, if I'm being quite honest with you, because Punk really does not need that win. He did not need that win tonight. So putting over MJF was the right decision to go. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this AEW Dynamite review. Join me tomorrow as I will give you guys my WrestleMania 38 match card prediction. That's right. That's going to be coming out tomorrow, so I hope you enjoy that. Anyways, for the most part, this was a solid Dynamite. But remember to subscribe, like. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.